Met Clara when I was 19. She wasn't just another girl in college, she was the kind of person who made the whole room brighter just by walking in. Her laughter was soft, her words careful, and her eyes carried a promise I didn't fully understand at that age. For me, she was everything. Our story began with late-night study sessions that somehow turned into stargazing on the library lawn. She'd talk about dreams, about building a life filled with adventure, while I just sat there memorizing the way she tucked her hair behind her ear. Soon we weren't just friends. We were inseparable. I believed her when she said, "You're my forever." And I carved those words into my heart. The years rolled by, and our love deepened. We shared secrets no one else knew, laughed until our stomachs hurt, and survived fights that should have torn us apart. I saved every letter she ever wrote me, every little note she slipped into my bag. By the time I was 24, I knew I wanted to spend my life with her. I worked extra shifts, skipped nights out with friends, and saved every possible penny to buy her the ring she deserved. I was nervous but excited. On her birthday, I planned the perfect proposal. Candlelit dinner, fairy lights in the backyard, her favorite song playing in the background. When I got down on one knee, she cried and whispered, "Yes." That was the happiest night of my life. But happiness, I would soon learn, has a way of hiding cracks you're too blinded to see. A month after our engagement, I noticed Clara becoming distant. She avoided my calls sometimes, claimed to be busy, and often turned her phone face down when I was around. I convinced myself it was just stress. After all, weddings could be overwhelming. One night, when she fell asleep on the couch, her phone buzzed with a notification. Normally, I respected her privacy. But something in me, maybe fear, maybe instinct, made me pick it up. The screen lit up with a message. "I can't stop thinking about last night. When will I see you again?" My heart stopped. The sender's name wasn't saved. Just a number. But the words were enough. My hands shook as I scrolled. Dozens of messages, conversations, hidden from me, full of confessions that shattered my world. She had been meeting someone else. While I worked extra shifts to give her everything, she was giving her heart to another man. I wanted to wake her up, to demand answers, but instead I just sat there in the dark, staring at her peaceful face, wondering how someone who promised forever could betray me so easily. The next morning, she acted normal, humming while making coffee, kissing me like nothing was wrong. I felt sick. But I couldn't hide my anger for long. "Who is he?" I asked. The mug slipped from her hand, shattering on the floor. Her eyes widened, and in that instant I had my answer. Clara didn't even try to deny it. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she whispered, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen." I laughed bitterly. Didn't mean for this to happen? We had been planning a wedding, a life, a forever. And all along, she had been planning lies. She tried to explain, said she got scared, said she felt trapped, said she didn't know what she wanted. But every word cut deeper than the last. Finally, I took off the ring I had worked so hard to buy, placed it on the table, and said, "Forever doesn't mean much when your heart belongs to someone else." Then I walked away. The weeks that followed were unbearable. Friends asked what happened, her family called, but I stayed silent. I was drowning in heartbreak. And then, one evening, Clara showed up at my door. She looked broken, like she hadn't slept in days. In her hand was a small box, the ring. "I ended it," she whispered. "I don't want him. I want you. I made a mistake. Please, don't give up on us." Her words twisted the knife in my chest. I had dreamed of her begging me to stay once, but not like this. Not after I had seen those messages, not after knowing she had betrayed the very core of what we were. For a moment, I almost gave in. My heart still loved her. But then I remembered that love without trust is like a house without a foundation. It can look beautiful, but it will collapse with the first storm. So I shook my head. "I loved you more than anything. But you destroyed that love. And I can't build a future on broken promises." She cried, begged, even knelt on the floor. But I didn't bend this time. It's been 2 years since that night. I won't lie, moving on was hard. I carried the weight of what she did for a long time. But I also carried the lesson it taught me: love is not just about words. It's about loyalty when no one is watching. Sometimes I still hear her voice in my head. "You're my forever." And I wonder if she ever meant it. But then I remind myself, forever isn't something someone can give you. Forever is what you choose to build with someone who never makes you question their love. And one day, I'll find that kind of love again. She promised me forever, but her secret message showed me the truth. Love without trust is just an illusion.